as an architect, I see the fact that if things are put in place within an organization in the sales operation, it can scale. It can run like a business should. The challenge is that most people in sales don't like structure. They don't like systems. They don't like processes. They want to let me do what I do best, man.
But one thing that I really picked up on there was a word you said, which is sales success architect. So curious and learning more about that and kind of how that fits into like authentic persuasion.
Yeah, I think when we look at it from a sales operational level and an organizational level, most companies that I've seen, and I won't get into all the details, otherwise this will be a very long episode, but most companies think, I want to do sales, I need a sales team, or it's led by a founder who is a salesperson. They think if I just hire some salespeople, give them some leads or point them in some direction, they'll know what to do and they'll just go sell, right? I consider that playing at sales. I think a lot of companies are playing sales in the same way that, you go to the YMCA and you play some pickup basketball, then you're just playing basketball, right? You're just having fun, you're goofing around. The challenge is that organizations and salespeople are playing pickup basketball at the YMCA, but expecting NBA contracts and getting paid millions of years for messing around. And I'll say it, and it might trigger people, very unprofessional. They don't do what professionals would do, which is having a system and knowing why they do it, and so many other things that then fit under, what I wrote and what I made into Selling with Authentic Persuasion, which is what the book is. But as an architect, I see the fact that if things are put in place within an organization in the sales operation, it can scale. It can run like a business should. The challenge is that most people in sales don't like structure. They don't like systems. They don't like processes. They want to let me do what I do best, man. Like, don't give me a script and don't give me any structure. Just let me do and say whatever I want. And that's not how you can successfully grow anything, by having a whole bunch of renegade cowboys playing sales. Does that effectively trigger all of the audience?
Probably, right?
Yeah.
How do you scale authenticity though? That's interesting. How do you build that into a process?
So I think one of the biggest things is understanding authenticity and persuasion together, and authenticity being that individual needs to understand who they are, why they're in sales, what they're after for themselves, and then what their role is in sales and how to use their strengths and be who they are, right? I'm not like you, I'm not like Marcos, I'm me. Now, a lot of people in sales I've got to act like this, right? I've got to act like Wolf of Wall Street and sell me the pen, and that's how I'm effective in sales. But that's not true for you. It will never last long term. You're not a professional actor, and even that, you can't be on all the time. And so how you scale that is having a team that understands their role is to be authentic and persuasive, and to get that customer to move forward once they qualify. And their goal is to have a conversation with another human and help that human who's scared and confused and worried make the right decision. And then the scalability as an operation comes around that, which is, okay, how do we support them on that one mission, and then give them all the tools around them and make it so that they're doing and saying the right things for the organization and for the customer. It's authentic, but you have to do things a certain way so that we do it. I mean, it's similar to, a lot of that scalability stuff comes down to, if we look at McDonald's, I call it McDonaldized model, which is, it might not be great hamburgers, but if you go anywhere in the world and get McDonald's, it's the same. And it's made by people who are entry level, minimum wage, whatever. They're not rock stars. They're just following a process. And so you take those bits and apply it to salespeople and let them do what you need them for, which is talking to humans.
Well, that really does resonate with me, because I would say, just personally, over the past 1-2 years, I've gone from trying to copy others and how other people do things, the top performers in the office, to just go, I'm me. And if I'm authentic, people empathize with that, and it just works better, right? So what was your moment? Because I'm sure probably a lot of our audience are in similar scenarios. What kind of made you go, oh, Did you struggle at first, or did you just get it right away? Were you authentic?
Oh no, I was an absolute hot mess. So bad. So here's one thing that I've realized, right? Like, so I got my first sales job in 2002. I call it a professional sales job. I worked in restaurants, you know, I did a little bit of retail, but like nothing where the goal was to actually persuade somebody. When someone comes into a restaurant and sits down, you don't have to persuade them to order something. I mean, you could be good and get them to buy more, but they're there to eat. So it's not rocket science. Since 2002, I've realized that I have never received one moment of sales training at any company I worked at prior to becoming a consultant. I had a job. I was in the mortgage business, and then I was self-employed, and then I got hired by a company as the director of operations. So much so that I didn't think I was a salesperson. They put me in operations because I wanted to be in operations because I didn't think I was a salesperson after 4 years of being in sales. And then they fired the VP of sales, and then I got moved over to VP of sales and ops, and they assumed I knew everything. And so then I was in charge. In the beginning, even as an order taker, I made so many mistakes. One of the biggest things is that I am naturally analytical, and I made the classic mistake that so many salespeople make, which is they sell to people like they like to buy. They follow the golden rule to the wrong extreme, which is, hey, if I like facts and figures, I'm going to assume everyone likes facts and figures, so let me sell through facts and figures, right? I see the other extreme. Oh, I like to buy because everything is fun, and I just want someone to show me the fun things and take me out to happy hour and schmooze me, so I'm going to do the same thing to everyone else. That also doesn't work because everybody's different and people buy differently. And so I used to think everyone wanted stats and spreadsheets and options, and I would give people 10 options, and then they would disappear in analysis paralysis and put their head back in the sand. And I would literally lose deals to perfect clients by shooting myself in the foot. I also realized like I was order taking, and when I actually had to persuade people, I had to learn what that was like. And that was so difficult until I realized like what it took and how, you know, to ask questions and then try to solve problems and really empathize with people, but then realize like people are messy and unpredictable.